We're in Enniskillen today collecting this Doral Monticello. So this is a boat that we've sold before, a couple of years ago actually, and it's come back in and we're getting it collected to bring it up to the showroom to get it on the market. So whilst the boat's still afloat, we're going to take the opportunity today to run it and do a quick sea trial video to show you how it's performing on the water. It is at the end of the season, so definitely needs a real good cleaning and valet before it goes online, but once it gets to the showroom it'll be looking spick and span once again. But this is just a quick sea trial video today to show you how this boat's performing on the water. So we're on the water with the Doral Monticello. So this boat's powered by a Volvo Penta KAD300. It makes 285 horsepower. I think it's 2004 from memory. This is a boat that we've sold at least once and possibly twice before, and it's only ever been in fresh water, so that makes a world of difference to the longevity of these things. And we're now out on open water where we can open it up. But just as we're tootling along here, I will briefly walk you through the dash. So it's Volvo Penta EVC control, so you've got your EDC, it's just the predecessor to EVC. So fly-by-wire throttle and shift, so that's super smooth. Just finger light gear shift, that's forward, neutral and reverse. Everything sounds really good, it feels really good. The steering's nice and light and smooth. Beautiful wooden steering wheel of this boat. We've got a full range of instruments then, so we've got our trim gauge here, so we're trimmed fully down. We've got our oil pressure, temperature gauge, speedo. I haven't tested that yet because I haven't put it on the plane, but all this other stuff's all working. Tacho, this was replaced in recent years. It's currently showing 138 hours, but we do have information on how many hours were on that before it was replaced. We've got our voltmeter showing 13 volts, so we're charging okay. Fuel gauge, almost full of diesel, and the digital depth sounder, so we're in 36 feet of water. We also have this fairly old school Garmin GPS 152, but it does give our GPS speed. So a tick over, you know, for this boat's obviously been on the rivers and things, you've obviously no wake at all. Let's bring it up to like 5 knots normal speed limit, which is about 6 miles an hour, about 1,000 RPM. So there we go, 1,000 RPM. Just under 7 miles an hour, and you have no wake. And it's nice and quiet at this speed. You can sit and have a conversation with your passengers. And if you drop the trim tabs, that'll also give you a bit more stability on the steering as well. One other thing actually I just want to point out while we're at this, just tootling along, is that there's a brand new bow thruster installed literally this season, so makes it a breeze for handling the boat around the marina. That's pushing us to port. If we go starboard, takes a second to slow down, and then we're heading the other direction here. So that was the one thing that kind of this boat was missing. It has a great spec apart from that, but that was the one thing that this one was always missing, was the bow thruster. So the current owner has had the bow thruster installed, which is a great job. Okay, so we're gonna pop this boat on the plane here. Now we'll put the trim tabs down. We'll put it on plane and bring it up to cruising speed. Us planing, we're at 19 miles an hour. So I did have the trim tabs down there just to keep the boat a bit more level when it's going on plane, but you could see I didn't even give it full throttle. It was effortlessly up on the plane, and whenever I throttled back we were doing about 2000 RPM, 18 miles an hour on the speedo, and it was sitting lovely. So because I don't want to head all the way out the loch, we're going to recover this boat at the Round jetty, so we don't want to go too far away from that, so we're going to spin around and we will put it on plane, go in the other direction and do a full speed run. But so far so good. This is a really nice running boat actually. This is the benefits of having only ever been in fresh water. It makes an absolute world of difference, these things. Okay, so I'll tell you what we'll do this time. We'll take the trim tabs fully off, so we'll hold the switch, bottom of the switch down. Ignore the grubbiness. It definitely, the spiders have been in around here and stuff, but so it definitely needs a really good clean, which it'll get before it goes on the website. This is just, we're taking the opportunity today while we can to do a sea trial. So no trim tabs, so we'll get a wee bit more bow rise this time, but I'll do a full throttle acceleration on the plane and try and do a wee full speed run here. So here we go. Flying machine. So that was pretty fast actually. It was a bit quicker than I was expecting. This thing gets up and goes really well. It definitely likes a bit of trim tab to get it up on plane. It definitely took longer to get on plane without the trim tabs, but it did get there, and we've got a full tank of diesel on board, a whole pile of gear downstairs, and there's 2 of us on board here today, so it got up and went, no problem. The trim tabs definitely, you saw the first time, it gets the nose down a lot faster, and then top speed, I'd give it a wee bit of drive trim, the tabs were fully off, and it was heading for 40. I'd say if I had kept it going, we were running out of lake, but we probably could have got 40 miles an hour, but we saw 38 miles an hour on the GPS, which is really tramping on. Oil pressure and temperatures all look good, they were fine. The rev counter was reading about 3000 RPM. I think there's maybe a calibration issue on that. I would suspect it's revving slightly harder than that, so I think the calibration is maybe out on that rev counter, but other than that, everything looks good, really responsive. This boat does gets up and goes, and it's running beautifully well, so I'm really pleased with that. We'll one more time now, we'll put the trim tabs down, put it on plane, full throttle acceleration, just to see how quick you can get it on plane. I know some people sometimes like to do a bit of water sports with these boats. They're not really designed for it, but you could do it. So I'll show you how quick it can get up on plane. But yeah, cruising speed's going to be around about 20 miles. It'll cruise anywhere comfortably from about 18 to 25 miles an hour, even 30 for a fast cruise, and flat out you'll see 38, which is absolutely loads. Okay, trim tabs down, drive trim down. There's no indicators in these tabs, so you just kind of have to hold them in for 5 or 6 seconds to get them fully down, and we will put it on plane once more. See how quick it gets up with the tabs down. The bow stays level as well. That's also on plane, so we can throttle back. Take the trim tabs off a wee bit. That's us. And around about 1900 to 2000 RPM indicated on that rev counter is 18 to 20 miles an hour, which is a nice speed. that's how this Doral Monticello is running, powered by the Volvo Penta KAD300 285 horsepower sterndrive. Really gets on plane effort without any effort at all. Cruises comfortably at an indicated 2000 RPM on that gauge, which I'm not 100% sure is perfectly accurate, but it's saying 2000 RPM on the gauge. It's 18 to 20 miles an hour. Flat out, we were seeing just about 3000 RPM on the gauge. Again, not accurate, I don't think. And we were seeing 38 miles an hour on the GPS speedo. So a really nice run of boat. If you are in the market for a Doral Monticello, this is a really straight one. It's running really well. The engine bay is super clean and tidy. You'll see once we get it back to the showroom and get it polished up just how nice this boat is. But it's good to get the opportunity today, whilst it's still in the water, to show you how it's running. And this is the end of season as well, so the bottom's a wee bit dirty. So with a fresh coat of anti-fouling paint and a scrub, I'm confident this thing will hit 40 miles an hour no problem. But yeah, a really nice example of the Doral Monticello. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. The boat has a DPG, I'm pretty sure this is a DPG sterndrive, matched up that KAD300 engine, and the prop size is 4B. So it's a Volvo Penta stainless steel prop set 4B. For anybody that's interested, just always like to include that on the videos, the sea trail videos, so you can match that up to performance data. Look how clean that sterndrive is. Again, the benefits of fresh water. And by clean, I mean no corrosion. Obviously, it's covered in sort of scum from the lake, but there's no corrosion on it. Paint and finish and everything is great. Bellows are great. Needs a good clean up and acid wash, but that thing's going to end up looking like brand new again.